Seeking English S.A.T. Workbook, page 467, problem 3. This is actually a pretty easy problem, pretending to be a hard problem, and I'll explain what I mean by that. If I seem unusually flippant in this video, that's kind of the reason why. I think once you understand this problem, you'll understand why I'm so relaxed in this video. If you see this and you see the answers and you can't understand English at all, you would probably still figure out what to do in this problem to get to the correct answers. If you look in the book, it's R equals R equals R equals R equals, and some other stuff. In many problems that I've talked about so far in the other videos, actually finding the correct answer is not necessarily easier than identifying the 3 wrong answers. In this case, finding the correct answer is so easy there's no excuse not to do it. Really? Yeah. Well, if it doesn't seem obvious to you, I keep saying this, hopefully it will seem obvious to you by the end of the test. There's really nothing that you need to do in this problem that you haven't done if you've done the problems in all the previous videos. So do not be fooled. Do not be intimidated on the test. If you see something like this and you think that is a large paragraph, well, it's large enough. The reason to read the paragraph in a problem like this is to make sure that it is not asking you to do something slightly different from what it appears to be asking you to do. And would they do that to you on the real test? Of course they would. So let's read it just to be sure. It says, from a distance r, the intensity of light from a bulb, I, that's the intensity, is related to the brightness of the bulb, B, that's the brightness, by the formula above. And yeah, formula is misspelled. It happens. Which of the following expresses the distance from the light bulb in terms of the intensity of the light and the brightness of the bulb? And so all that, nothing in there indicates that there's modifying what's being asked for. It's just they want you to move the R out and they want you to move the I in. Really? Yeah. Don't overthink it. Okay? Don't overthink it. So this I has to come over to this side somehow, and this R has to go out there, and it has to lose this 2. It has to lose this 2. How do we do that? Not everybody does it this way. I like to show it this way just because I think it's a little bit more clear. It takes an extra second, but it's not really a bad habit because it helps to keep things clear on problems that actually require that you not get confused. It wouldn't be confusing in this problem, but it's one of my habits that I think has served well. Is when you see something all by itself, assume that it's a fraction. Assume that it's a fraction here. That way, when you start moving factors diagonally, you're less likely to lose track of what you're trying to do. Okay. And again, this problem is really simple. I'm talking about other problems where more can go wrong. Okay. In this case, factor, factor, factor. You have 3 factors down here. Nothing is added to or subtracted from this multiplicative expression. And this I is also all by itself. Nothing is added or subtracted. So you can move the I diagonally. You can move the B if you wanted to. We're not going to do that. You can move the 4 diagonally. You can move the pi diagonally. And you can move the R diagonally. The only thing you want to move diagonally is this R squared. Okay. Don't leave half the R over here. You can move R by itself, but then you have an R and R. You're not doing that. You want to get both the R's over here. Okay. That's going to be move the R squared there. That's gone. Okay. The I is still a factor. Okay. I can take this down here, and now I'm going to suggest at this point that the invisible denominator has served its purpose, and I'm going to remove it. Nothing is moving across the equal sign from this point on. R squared. Now you are not done. You're not solving for R squared. You're solving for R. Okay. So to fix that, I'm showing every possible step so that everybody can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Some of these steps might seem visually redundant or unnecessary, but I want to make sure everyone understands this video. Okay, probably everyone who sees this video eventually will understand. Okay, so I square rooted both sides, and an equal sign shouldn't be under it. Just be really clear. Okay, it's an equal sign there. Square root of R squared becomes R. Okay, so that is that there. R is equivalent to this thing. Now that does not match answers in the book. Why not? Well, it doesn't. You look at the denominators that show inside here. That is a hint. Okay, and I'm not going to show you the book. It says denominator on the inside on number 1 is pi. Second one is I pi. Third one is pi. Fourth one is I pi, and they have this 1/2 pulled out of them in both cases. Now, there's the only adjustment I see you can make is to try to pull this 4 out. Okay. Okay. The only way you're going to get anything gone from this denominator inside the bracket is to pull something out. And you can't really pull out the b, it's not a square. You can't pull out the I, the pi. None of these are obvious squares. Or if you pulled out pi as a square, because it's a real number, it would not take you anywhere near any of these answers. This 4 here, and again I'm going to show you extra steps, sort of, just to be really, really clear, okay? If I take this out like that, okay? That's what's really in there. It's 1/4 times that, and then the root of all those multiplied together. I can further split this, doing every possible step I can think of to make sure you see it all. Okay? That is this expression multiplied by that. What is the square root of 1/4? Well, that is 1/2. I'm going to move it over here. Okay, just so it looks like one of the answers. I have 1/2 there. And this should be close to one of the answers in the book. 1/2 times the square root of b over pi I. It says the I and the pi in reverse position from what I gave. That's fine. I pi. Okay? That is answer B. Answer B. So what's wrong with these other expressions? Why do they not match? Why are they not compatible or equivalent? The first one moved the I from the denominator to the numerator inside the root bracket for apparently no reason. I don't know how it would get up there, except moving it horizontally rather than diagonally. And again, my invisible denominator is a potential deterrent to that kind of error. C again has the I in the numerator, and it doesn't have the 1/2. The 4 just kind of vanished somewhere. Okay, and D has b over I pi, but it doesn't have the 1/2. So again, the 4 has disappeared. I'm not sure why. This for a certain number of students watching this video, this hopefully seems unnecessarily long and complex. But if you are not one of those people, congratulations, you've made it pretty close to the end at this point. And if you still don't understand it, watching this video probably one more time will do it. Probably will do it. If not, let me know, and I will still help you. Let me know in the comment section.